Welcome back. You know, Tucson's culinary journey really began thousands of years ago. Now, in modern times, restaurants ranging from tiny spots to fine dining spaces all contribute to the local food culture that we love here. Local food writer Rita Connelly has brought to life the stories of the beloved eateries in her book, Historic Restaurants of Tucson. You get to write about my favorite topic, Rita, every time you visit me.
My favorite topic, too.
Yeah, food. But how did you start doing specifically this kind of topic with food?
Well, the last one was the book I wrote was Lost Restaurants of Tucson, about all the old ones that have kind of gone by the wayside. And I decided, I got a hold of the publisher. I said, hey, you know, I'm ready to do another book. And they proposed, they said, do you want to do this one? I said, sure. And what's neat about it is that Tucson is the first city that they're doing both the lost restaurants and the historic restaurants. So it's kind of an honor to Tucson that we got to do both.
Oh, absolutely. And we know that we're very well known for having a wonderful food culture here. So I'm looking at the size of this book and I'm thinking, how did you whittle down what you were going to put in there? Because there is so much.
Oh, there is. And you know, when I first started writing the book, they said, well, how many restaurants can still be open? But there are lots and lots of them. And I squeezed as many as I could. I kind of did the ones that people sort of tend to remember a little bit more. You know, El Charro's in there, Gus Bailon's, E.G.'s, of course, because that's uniquely Tucson, Pat's, Chili Dogs. You know, just the things that people came. I would ask people, what do you remember? And same names would come up over and over again.
Yeah. So ones that we love, ones that we know, and then there'll be some that you didn't know were here that are gems. And in there, I know when I was going through the pages, there's some pictures of kind of either historic of the restaurants. Where did you get these pictures?
Well, a lot of the pictures I took myself, the newer ones. The older ones I had to dig up, pull from people's files. Like the two pictures from Gus Bailon's, of Gus and his wife, their daughter loaned me, and they're beautiful pictures. There was another one that they had that was of their wedding day that was absolutely gorgeous. But the pictures are almost harder than writing the book, getting the pictures right. Yeah, for some reason, people have all their pictures in their attic somewhere or their garage in a box in the back, and you know, and so they don't necessarily, you know, can dig it out real quick. But it's you know, I came up with enough. I think I was lucky that I was able to use more modern pictures.
Yeah, but I love this. And now you and I are foodies, so I think we're a great person to read this book. But who else do you think would enjoy it?
Well, you know, this one will be neat. I think a lot of out-of-town visitors will like to read it because it's not a guidebook by any means, but they could sit down and read the book and they go, oh, let's go over there, let's go there for dinner, and then they can be at the restaurant and they'll know things about the restaurant that make the dinner a little bit more special. I think, of course, foodies will love it. Historians will like it too, because parts of it are the history of the city and you know, how it changed from a little cow town to what it is today. And so I did a historical aspect of it too.
Well, I love this. Did you learn some stuff along the way? I'm sure.
Oh, totally, totally. Did you know that El Charro used to be where Caruso's is?
Really?
Yeah, many years ago. When I was interviewed the people at Caruso's, they said, oh yeah, this used to be a Mexican restaurant. And then I thought, oh, that's interesting. And I was doing more research, and on an old magazine, there's an ad for El Charro, and it's the exact same address that was where Caruso's is, yeah. So
and what a random way that you figured that out.
Well, it's kind of like being a detective. It's kind of fun that way, you know. It's fun that way.
Well, and I love the books you've already done. We're talking about this one right this specific moment, but I have to ask, do you already have the next one in mind?
I do. Yay. I was all done with this book, and I thought, I'm tired. I don't want to do another book. And then I get an email from the same publisher, and they said, would you be interested in doing a book on Arizona chimichangas? And I said, sure, I'll do it. So I'm knee-deep in doing that one right now. But it'll be a while before that one's out and everything. But so I'm doing it again. You know, I'm at it again, and it's fun.
You said, you know what got me out of my seat? Chimichangas.
Chimichangas, exactly.
And then you'll come back and we'll talk about your wonderful finds in the chimichanga world.
I will. There's some good stories already, so yeah.
Oh, well, I'm excited. I'm going to tell everybody, though, how they can get their hands on this. And, of course, you're going to be at El Charro this Sunday.
At El Charro this Sunday at noon, the downtown El Charro at noon, hopefully in the patio if the weather holds. And I'll be selling the book. I'll be signing the book. And then there's other signings as we go along. I think if you go to my Well-Fed Foodie page on Facebook.
That's all right there.
I'll put them up as they're coming up. And then, and then it goes on. And I will be at the book festival
later on
in March.
We have those up right now. There's several opportunities
Right.
to meet Rita and get your copy of Historic Restaurants of Tucson signed. The 4 listed on your screen are coming up soon, including this Sunday at El Charro downtown at noon. For more information about any of this, please visit wellfedfoodieblog.wordpress.com.